This thing on? The normal test. Can you guys see us? Can you guys hear us? I'm going to turn off the screen of doom. How is everyone doing? And who do we have here tonight? Doing a quick little test. So we got we got a little something a little bit different today. Basically, we're actually live streaming from inside of the van. So our first test, obviously, as you guys can hear, we're underneath apparently a flight path, so there's helicopters. But this thing on, Robert, is this thing on? Can you guys hear us, see us? Ooh, let me turn this off real quick. How's it going, you guys? Can anyone hear us? How's the audio? How's the sound? How's everything? Wait for a couple of those chats to. You guys, anyone in here? Is this working? I can't tell if it's working. Yep.
It's good.
Okay. Sweet. What's going on, you guys? So we're going to do a quick little roll call. Once again, we are doing this, as you guys can tell, inside of our van. This is our first time we're literally parked inside of a Whole Foods parking lot, and we're just bumming the internet off of the Whole Foods. So if the audio is weird, if the video is weird, definitely let me know. If you have my phone number, text me a little heads up or something like that. But let's see who we've got here tonight. So we have Robert in the house, Bundy SS, 805 MC Trail Rider, Win, Zero Bites, the Middle-Aged Masher. Brian, what's going on, Brian? We got D-Nut R, Zero Bites, Brian Vaughn. What's going on, Brian? Thanks so much for the stickers, dude. Been meaning to freaking post those up. We got Greg Russell in the house. We got Evan Burt, Middle-Aged Masher, Win. Man, there's a bunch of people in here. What's going on, you guys? How is your Wednesday night? We are doing it a little bit different. Like I said earlier, we are stealing Wi-Fi from Whole Foods, and we're doing this live stream inside of our van. So if the audio is weird or anything, definitely let us know. Give us a heads up.
Whoa.
Who else do we have in the house?
We're not stealing. We did buy something.
Yeah, we bought some cookies. So I don't think that's still technically stealing, but who do we have here? We got Evan telling us it's working. Audio is good. Robert, thank you so much, Robert. Really appreciate the heads up. Yeah, thanks a bunch, dude. We got Joe in the house. We got Keith from Maryland. What's going on, Keith? I hope you're having an amazing night. We're going to be talking about bikes today, but just kind of do a little bit of a roll call for everyone to get in here, give out the shout outs, and then we'll dive right into it. We got Thomas in the house. What's going on, Thomas? I'm doing good. How about you, dude? We got Middle-Aged Masher Mo. I'm in San Diego. So unfortunately, we took off on another road trip. We're not going to disclose the location just yet. So you guys will probably find out in about a day or two. We're not exactly sure what we're doing on this road trip. We just knew that we couldn't stand the rain anymore back home. So we freaking took off. We bolted. And yeah, we'll disclose you guys the location and probably when we figure it out too. But we got MTB Crank It. What's up, Mo? What up, dude? Also, Hannah's in the house today. So we're going to try and just crank out everyone's questions tonight. We got Magnolia Lee. It's raining cats. Dude, it is. It was raining cats and dogs in SoCal, and that's why we left. We are not in California anymore. Can anyone guess where we are, though? Who else we got? Keeps cutting out, or is that a computer issue? Bundy, 1 p.m. Australia. Kurt, send it, Mo. What's going on, you guys? Someone says, hey, Hannah, 0 Bites, 805 MC Rider, SBJ, Mo Booking. We got Billy in the house, Robert. All right, you guys, is Hannah fastening you? That is going to be one of our questions. So people are saying back at bootleg. I don't know. I guess you guys are just going to have to stay tuned. If you guys follow me on Instagram, it's @MoAwesome. Like I said, we're not in California anymore. We're in another state, and it's not raining here. So I feel like those tips should be freaking amazing for you guys because it was very hard to find a place that it wasn't raining. So Brian Vaughn is saying, I'm guessing Arizona Tuscan. That's a very close guess, but it is not Arizona. Thomas, did you say you have cookies?
Wait, did you say Tuscan?
Yeah.
Tuscan.
What is it?
Tucson.
Oh, is it Tucson? Is it Tucson or Tuscan?
It's Tucson.
I thought it was Tuscan, Arizona. So these are the cookies. I'm eating the last, but I got 2 for myself. Hannah told me to not get her one, and then she stole my freaking cookie. There's no more left. These are the last bites.
He ate all of them.
I ate all. They were my cookies. But who else do we got in here? We got Billy from Hawaii. Oh, what up, dude? How you doing? We got Ramble Ron, Robert Villa from Texas, 805 MC Rider. I'm guessing China. 805 we did. We took our van and we put it in the ocean and we're basically floated on over to China. But I hope everyone is having an amazing Wednesday. We are here to talk about bike. And I'm just going to give it another minute to kind of let everyone trickle on in. And then we're going to dive right into my favorite topics. And if you guys have any questions you guys want answered, definitely let us know. And I'm happy to freaking answer them for you guys. But yeah, so who else we got in here? We got Keith, need to come out and hit the Frederick trails. Keith, we definitely need to do a lot more traveling, especially to the East Coast. So you'll probably see us later in the year. We got Serpent saying, Joe, we're not on Mars. We got Robert saying Hannah's the cookie monster. Honestly Hannah,
yeah,
when it comes to dessert, it's freaking gone. Like we cannot like buy anything chocolate.
Like you're better.
Yeah, but at least I admit, I feel like there's a difference between saying, hey, like I don't want cookies and then eating all of them. I say I want cookies.
I shouldn't.
She always tells me she doesn't want the cookies. Take the cookies, but we got Trail Lady MTV saying hi, Mo and Hannah. She's a huge fan of yours too. So Trail Lady. Who else we got in here? Get Around MTB from New Mexico. What's going on, dude? We got Spark 701. Fat Guy MTB is in the house. Who else do we got?
Thank you, Fat Guy MTB.
We got Robert. Hit like, please. If you guys want to hit like, hit it. But either way, it doesn't really. Ramble Ron says, get out of a small box. Fat Guy MTB, happy belated. Oh, that was to you. 805, don't eat too much. Oh, dude, Sitka 999. Buy some more cookies. Thank you. You're going to buy a lot more cookies. Hannah will basically don't want any of them, and then she'll eat a majority of them. So unfortunately, that's how it goes. Thank you so much for that super chat. Are you guys ready to talk bikes? So the first bit of news, I want you guys, can you guys see my screen right now? I'm just going to make sure that the screen sharing is working so this isn't that awkward. But the first bit of news is that Awesome MTB officially has a Reddit page. So basically, I've been on the MTB Reddit page. I just feel like, I don't know, as much as I really do like that atmosphere, a lot of people talking about bikes, I personally feel like it's very trolly in there. You freaking, it just kind of feels like, there's a bunch of 9-year-olds taking over the whole thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. 9-year-old army going freaking strong. They save PewDiePie. But in terms of a Reddit page, I wanted to start something that we can kind of go through, post pics, videos, reviews, just another mountain bike community. And then the other cool thing is I'm going to be going through this and also sharing it a bit on the live stream. So obviously, as we see, we already have like 2 posters, which is pretty rad. The replay video. We got To Bean or Not to Bean jumping over the sweet jump that he built himself, which is freaking insane. Almost cased it, but he freaking saved it. And we also have Ryan Reek jumping a jump at Santiago Oaks. So those are the only 2 posters right now. Just letting you guys know, we do have a Awesome MTB Reddit page. You guys, I will check that every single morning. So get on there, put your posts, memes, pictures, reviews, questions, anything you guys want. I want it to be a cool mountain bike community. So that is the Awesome MTB Reddit page. I'm just going to go through the comments one last time. Trail Lady MTV, Mo, bro, you thanks a bunch, but Hannah rocks a lot better than me. We got Evan, Mo's in Area 51. We're actually very close to Area 51, so hopefully I didn't give it away. We got Brian says we can see your screen. Thanks so much, you guys, for checking and telling me you can see the screen. Alonzo. Ari Angel wants me to say his name. There's your wish, Ari. I hope you enjoy. Is it Ari? Sorry, I'm horrible with names. So Canyon Spectral, and we got Keith. Who else? We got Zero Bites, Robert, PewDiePie, Mo, MTB Crank. At first years I watched your video in Santa Cruz, where I was born, in Harvey West. Dude, MTB Crank, Santa Cruz is an amazing place for riding. I was super stoked on that play. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching our videos. Richard's in the house. What's going on? What's going on, Richard? How you doing, dude? Who else we got? Nick. Nick Gerard's in the house. Middle Masher, win. All right, so let's move on to the next bit of news. This is probably one of my favorite pieces of news from this week is right here. I'm going to turn it off and turn this one on. And hopefully I don't share anything I shouldn't share, like my credit card information or anything like that. But so Fox recently announced a 175 millimeter transfer dropper post. For anyone that doesn't know, the Fox transfer dropper post is my favorite dropper post out there. Honestly, all these other new ones that are coming out to the market with like all these cool little tech gizmos and whatnot, it was one of those things where like, I mean, the Reverb initially was like the big popular dropper post, and the Reverb was horrible from a customer service like standpoint. Like it literally failed like once every 3 months. And if you had a reverb that didn't actually work, or that actually worked like the whole time without any issues, more power to you. But I personally couldn't really stand the RockShox reverb. So I kind of tried a couple other ones. The KS Lev, I had the same issue. A couple other just kind of one-off brands. Crank Brother Chronolog was absolute garbage. I could not stand. And that was kind of where my thoughts on Crank Brothers really first started kind of getting developed, was how bad that Chronolog dropper post was. And then I had issues with their pedals. And for me personally, I feel like Crank Brothers does an amazing job from a design perspective and from a packaging perspective. But from an execution perspective, I really do feel like Crank Brothers is probably, I don't know, up there with some of their products there. I mean, they look amazing. They come in this really cool box, but from they just don't work. Like they'll break on you. The execution is poor. So maybe they're trying their best to kind of work on some stuff to kind of fix that. However, yeah, so I've tried a couple other dropper posts on the market. I eventually found the Fox Transfer dropper post. I was pretty skeptical just because it was right when like Fox had just entered the market. Normally when a company enters a market like that, they kind of have like a rough first couple of years. The Transfer dropper post was absolutely insane for me. I have been running it for the last, I think, 2 years straight, and absolutely no issues with any Fox Transfer post I've owned. And the fact that it now comes in a 175 mil. So for anyone out there that's looking for a longer dropper post, I highly recommend checking out the Fox Transfer. I'll put a link in the description of this video after, but yeah, so in my personal opinion, this is the most reliable dropper post on the market. And it also has a really big company to kind of back it up from a customer service standpoint. So in terms of Kashima or the performance, in all honesty, it doesn't really matter. So I personally think that the Kashima feels literally, I want to make sure that you guys get this. I haven't cut my fingernails, so I probably should, but very, very minutely smoother than the Performance series. However, at the end of the day, they both feel amazing. I personally think that the black one looks really rad. It'll go with a lot more bikes. However, yeah, I definitely think that this is going to be the most reliable dropper post on the market. And now it's game changing. That does come in a 175. And I just wanted to kind of bring you guys, I want to kind of bring you guys down to the comment section. How come every time people talk about Fox suspension, like dentists for whatever reason are always brought up? That so if you guys want a really funny time, I'm not going to show it too long on this. Go to the comment section on the Fox Transfer dropper post. But that's the other bit of news. At Fox Transfer, 175 mil dropper post was released, and I think it's going to be probably one of the best dropper posts on the market. So going to go through that comment. We got any love on here? What do we got? Richard says, all doing well, new bike coming along. Dude, Richard, you got a new bike? Dude, that's freaking awesome, dude. What'd you get? We got 0 bytes, 175 is crazy. Yeah, so I am 6'2" with a really long inseam, so I run a 175. But yeah, some people don't need it, absolutely. But at the same time, those taller riders, this is a game changer, and I would just buy one today. What else do we got? We got my gravity drop is almost 40. Yeah, so the gravity dropper is also a really strong drop post on the market as well. I just am a little bit more of a fan of the Fox Transfer, but to each their own. What else do we got? We got MTB Crank It. PNW droppers are pretty good. I've heard a lot about the PNW dropper. So you guys, I'm sure you guys seen it. I would say one good thing that PNW is doing is marketing. And they've been doing an amazing job on the marketing front, making sure this product gets out to users who are actually going to help them sell more dropper posts. But at the same time, from an execution standpoint, they made a very solid product with very little reliability issues at a really competitive price point. And I've said it before on here, that's the magic recipe to be a successful bike company, whether it's manufacturing components or it's manufacturing bikes. It's pricing, it's marketing, and it's reliability and customer service. They checked all the nails on that. I'm not sure where they are from a growth perspective or how big they've gotten, but from what I've heard, PNW is definitely probably one of the radder companies on the market in terms of small companies. My only kind of concern would be, do they have the backing of a bigger name company like Fox? And I just haven't seen too much in terms of a long-term perspective to see how that company is going to do. But they've been doing an amazing job so far, especially with the mountain bike community. And I've definitely been a fan of PMW. What else we got here? Brian Vaughn just removed my rebirth. Brian, I saw that video where you just freaking reverb just kind of exploded. That was freaking insane. You're going to enjoy your transfer. Mac T, nothing feels like a strong shot. Dude, so what Mac T is talking about on the specialized command post and on the race face turbine ones, the ones that skyrocket up and just freaking fly up, those are insane. You used to have one on your bike, right?
Scary.
Yeah, so I don't understand how the company, when they sat down at the R&D meeting, looked at that dropper post and someone pressed it and it skyrocketed up. And they were like, yeah, that's gonna do really good on the market. Like, what was Specialized thinking? I wanted to be in on that meeting at Specialized when they really took a look at that command post before they released it. And we're like, this is gonna be a great idea. Everyone wants to have their lower body parts almost freaking punched out by their dropper post. Yeah. That's the things that I really try to think about with bike companies, like where their headspace is. And at the end of the day, I kind of think to myself, their headspace probably just isn't there. I feel like some companies rush to design a product and just kind of enter it into a market. The strange thing is that they haven't fixed it. And I just personally think that if you're in the market nowadays, I mean, like the race face turbine drop post. I don't know if you guys remember when the race face turbine dropper post first came out. That thing absolutely was a rocket shit up. But now it no longer exists. And now basically race face dropper posts are the Fox ones. So yeah, Specialized command post is garbage. Who else we got in here? We got, Ron Estrada. What's going on, Ron? And I'm assuming Damon is watching with you. So say hi to Damon for me. Who else we got in here? Robert is saying K-Lev Love. Oh, KS Lev. The KS Lev is also a really good dropper post. The cool thing with KS is they really were one of the kind of leaders in the market to kind of step up to that 175. There was a couple of other small companies behind them. The coolest thing with KS though is that I think you're hiding behind my hair. my hair is taken out, Hannah. But one of the cooler things about KS was that they're in Orange County and they're super cool people. They also run like the Hoppy Trails. The people that work there do Hoppy Trails, that mountain bike crew. So really cool people. I just have experienced a couple of issues with their dropper posts. So yeah, that's just my opinion on KS. Who else we got in the house? We got, I'm going to move on to the next. I'm going to try this thing where, and you guys can also give me some feedback, but I'm going to read the comment section before I move on to the next bit of news. And if you guys have questions, definitely let me know as well. And I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. We got Rando Robbie, Brand X Ascend. $125. That's $125 for a dropper post is freaking amazing. And I'm sure that dropper post, you're saying it's called Brand X. But yeah, dude, I hope that drop post suits you well. Davis says, Mo, look at the Commensal Clash race. I will. I'll put that on the list of bikes to check out tonight, and we will check out the Commensal. Nick Gerard, same. Jack, hello from New Jersey. Jack, what's going on, dude? How is New Jersey? So you're asking me, what do I think of X Fusion brand? So I think X Fusion is one of those companies that kind of had a cool thing going for them, especially when they first came out. They basically they branched off. From what I heard, some of the people actually came from Fox, and it was a really cool group of core guys who was making really awesome suspension. Somewhere down the line, in terms of keeping up with innovation, I feel like they fell off the bus a little bit. I still feel like their technology in some of their forks is really rad. From a customer service point, in terms of execution, I feel like X Fusion lacks a little bit. I've experienced a little bit of their customer service when I used to have a fork that was theirs. And I wasn't too pleased with the customer service when I needed servicing. And it was just kind of like this pain and getting the suspension to them. However, the other cool thing is that I know that this is just purely from everyone wants their product, and they're still a pretty small company. But when you actually sit down with these people in person, they know so much about suspension. It is absolutely ridiculous. And it's one of those things where, I don't know, it's really cool to kind of see a company being that passionate about the product they're making. And you can tell they're not in their industry just to kind of make a couple of bucks. So it would be rad to kind of see them just a little bit better on the customer service side. Who else we got in here? Greg Russell, Bike Yoke 185. Yeah, Greg, I've heard a lot about the Bike Yoke. That definitely probably seems like a solid dropper post option for a lot of people out there. Serpent 76, Magura has new dropper post, Mo. I am not going to, Joe, as much as I love you, Joe, I am not going to buy a Magura dropper post. I can only imagine how finicky a Magura dropper post would be, considering how finicky their brakes are. Their brakes, don't get me wrong, have a freaking enormous amount of stopping power, a ton of modulation. Magura MT7s are probably, from a technology point of view, one of the better brakes on the market. However, from a service perspective and from a getting them actually feeling to their top-notch performance, it is definitely probably one of, the hardest freaking brakes to work on. And I can only imagine if that's their brakes, how finicky is that dropper post going to be? And the last thing I want to do is have my dropper post, which I always like to be one of the most solid components on my bike, be something that's like finicky, tough to kind of assemble and all this stuff. So that's my opinion on the Magura dropper post. I'm sure it's a good one, but I'm just going to keep it honest. Richard says, I reservice my reverb every 4 months. And I was doing the same thing, dude. That reverb, I don't know. That's another company like SRAM. At what point in time does SRAM sit down and be like, you guys, the reverb sucks. Like, we need to fix this. And they never kind of sat down and did that. And they've gone through like all these revisions, and I think now it's slightly better. However, the drop post, like I said, probably one of the most important parts on the bike from a not making your ride completely shitty perspective. Am I allowed to say that?
What's shitty? You just need a lot of maintenance.
Yeah, there's a ton of maintenance. Basically, with the reverb, if you have one, you probably experience the sponginess. It would kind of go down a little during your ride, and just, it's, I don't know, the whole thing is pretty insane. So I personally, and the company big too, like, just sit down and be like, hey, we made an oopsie. Let's fix the oopsie and let's make a better dropper post. So SRAM, if you're in this live stream, send us a super chat, and then that we'll consider that for my R&D advice to you guys. But you guys aren't in the super chat or in the live stream. Who else do we got on here? Robert says Mo Claw. You know what, Robert? I keep it honest. And if a company is gonna make stupid product, I'm gonna tell people that it's stupid. I just feel like we get with all these like bike review magazines, like Bike Magazine, like all these other things, is you just kind of get like really biasism towards a particular, and don't get me wrong, everyone's biased, also biased to a certain extent, especially with products that I tend to enjoy. But at the same time, you get these companies that are like flown to Spain to try out a new bike. Everything is covered. They put them in a 5-star hotel. There's like a pool, there's food, there's all the stuff. And then they tell that bike reviewing company, like, hey, can you review a bike honestly? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm telling you guys right now.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, they'll put on these big events for these bike companies. If you guys fly me and Hannah anywhere to review your product, and you guys pay for our hotel and for our food, we will say whatever that product is the best product on the freaking market. And so I can't stand when bike reviewers and bike people like that are dishonest, and you could tell there's some like money exchanging hands or some free products or bro and like all this stuff. So I like to keep it honest here. At the end of the day, I don't have anything to lose from a sponsorship perspective. So it's one of the reasons I like not being sponsored, is I could basically just freaking talk my mind and just keep it real with everyone. Nick, I should get a Jeff seat. So Nick, let's Nick, I'm gonna get into that really fast. Let me just go through the comments really quick. Trail features, be fair, $60 price drop. Lever, that is garbage. For that, you can get a PNW. Trail features, yeah, the Fox lever is absolutely garbage. I would PNW dropper post lever with the Fox transfer dropper post is probably the money combo. So, but nice to have here, trail features. Fat Guy MTB, looking forward to a 200 mil drop post. A 200 would be pretty awesome. I think a couple of companies make it on the market right now. I think it was called wasn't it Grab that was making a 200 mil? I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Who else we got? Robert, I'm 6'2" with a really long reach. Who's Brad? Oh, man. Trail features, PNW is throwing around the idea of a 200 mil. Trail features, if you can get in contact with PNW and say that Mo Awesome will buy one if there's a 200 mil or if there's like a prototype. I have really long legs, and that 200 mil would be really awesome. Nick, I broke my old reverb twice throughout my bike down waterfall. You don't want to throw your bike down. Oh, throughout my bike down waterfalls. Robert, MTB training this week in Austin. Trail features, MTB crank it, 200 mil dropper for Shaq. Yeah, Shaq would need a 200. Who else do we got here? We got Jack Elder, Fat Guy MTB, Brian Vaughn, Ron Damon said hello. All right, Ron, tell Damon hi. I'm going to get into the next topic in a little bit. I just want to say hi to everyone real quick. Eddie, Mo, Orlando, Florida in the house. What's going on, Eddie? How's Florida freaking treating you, dude? We got Jesus Cruise, the new PNW dropper post looks pretty nice for the price. Yeah, that's what I was saying. PNW, pretty cool company. Fat Guy MTB in the house. Thomas. We got Nick, Jack, Togi Hauser in the house. Dagan. Who else is in here? Davis. Mo, do you know if there's a difference between the old RC2 Grantner from 2011, 2008 before they moved to the Grip 2? So I would assume there's a really big difference with the RC2 from 2011 into, oh, you're talking about the RC2 with high and low speed. Yeah, so the Grip 2 essentially will give you independent high and low speed rebound and compression adjustment on that fork. As well as they did some things to that fork to basically allow oil, I think, to like not seep back into the seals. It'll basically like prolong the life in between service intervals and keep that fork feeling really smooth. I've been running the Grip 2 from Fox on my bike. I absolutely love that fork. With that being said, I don't know, suspension is getting to that point in time where everyone's just pushing the limits. I've heard a lot of really good things about that RockShox Lyric with the RC2 Charger dampener. It's one of those things where I just feel like it's a really good time to be a mountain biker. A lot of people are making really great products, and the ones that are making really crappy products are normally being called out instantly by YouTubers. And I think that's where the industry, it's funny, like I'm starting to kind of feel a little bit more, I wouldn't say hostility towards YouTubers, but at the end of the day, one of the coolest things I feel about YouTube is it gives you the ability to kind of spread this information with other people. And so when companies make absolute garbage products at absolute ridiculous price point, like the internet makes that information spread fast. Like you can't just pay a reviewing company to freaking put this thing out about your product now. There's going to be real people making videos about your product, giving honest advice. And I think it's one of the coolest things about the internet right now. But yeah, we're going to keep on going. Wow, there's a lot of people. Someone's saying Sleepyhead Hannah. We've been
driving all day.
We've been driving all day. If you guys didn't tune in earlier, we actually aren't in California anymore. We got sick and tired of the rain. And we will let you guys know where we are in the next couple of days. Who else? We got John in the house. John Zarica, One Up Dropper. So I've heard a lot about One Up Components dropper post, and to be honest, it's definitely one that I am considering just because I know that One Up, those guys are really into making durable products. If you guys ever have a chance to go ride Squamish, you'll understand that the riding up there is on a whole different level of brutal on your bikes. And I think any bike product that comes from the Holy Land of Canada is amazing just because they put so much freaking design into keeping that stuff from breaking under that freaking brutal condition they ride in. So yeah, anytime I see like made in BC, definitely stokes me out a little bit more so. But yeah, so that's my kind of honest kind of opinion on that. MTB Cincinnati, just because a fan invites you to join an event, put you on tell by does not mean your review is going to be honest. Some reviews lose credibility with views.
That's true.
MTB Cincinnati, I'm not saying that every single company does that. However, I have seen it done by a couple of companies out there. And I've also seen some companies that have like a vendetta against a certain brand. And you can kind of see it reflected in the actual reviews as well. So, Trail Lady MTB integrity is a rare quality nowadays. Thanks a lot, Trail Lady MTB. We just want to keep everything honest here. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's where we kind of want to stand our ground. Oh, shoot. WJT's Garage, gas money, keep shredding. Dude, thank you so much. Yeah, we're, like I said, we're on the road for a while. So just letting you know that, I don't know, you guys will see some videos from some really awesome places the next couple of days. I want to say like the next video is probably going to be Sunday for this road trip. There's a video dropping tomorrow, but, oh, and Trail Features, are you heading to vegan bar? Trail. So Trail Features is trying to get us to come to Texas. Thank you so much for that super chat. And thank you, WJT's Garage. That will go towards gas money for this road trip.
Texas has a lot of vegan barbecue.
I've heard a lot of good things about the vegan barbecue in Texas, and we are going to be freaking stoked on that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have to detour this road trip and come visit you. But all right. So it is a really big detour from where we're going, but maybe we'll come down. Last comment I just want to get through. Traily MTB, some coworkers and I were talking about living in a van. I whipped out my phone, truce them. Oh, thanks a lot, Traily. So what? You guys should get a van. Everyone in this chat should buy a van and live in it, because then you can like bum Wi-Fi off of Whole Foods and eat cookies. And I feel like that's what van life is about.
How long did it take to find this parking spot?
It took forever, you guys, to find this parking spot that was like close enough to a building so that we can actually bum internet and have it be strong internet. But All right, let's move on to the next bit of news that I want to talk about today. So the next bit of news is going to be the YT Jeffsy. So a lot of people were asking me to talk about this bike. I guess it wasn't released when I did my whole YT live stream. However, it is released. Hopefully their website works on my computer. Right off the back, in terms of, oh man, I butchered this. Where is the bike? All right, sweet. YT Jeffsy. Oh, come on, don't crash. Don't crash on me. I feel like it's gonna crash. Can you not crash on me? Can you guys can still see me, right? Okay. All right, YT Jeffsy. Sweet. So this is the YT Jeffsy. Right off the back, it looks freaking amazing. This new paint job that they're doing. Do you like that paint job?
It's not bad.
Hannah might get one, but it looks really freaking awesome. The silver with the blue turquoise accent. I feel like they really killed it in the paint department. But who cares about the actual paint? Let's look at the actual build kits. So right off the back, let me see if I can. I know you guys, I'm horrible with technology.
It kind of looks like they're trying to rip off Yeti's colors.
It does definitely feel like they're going for that whole Yeti blue, but at the same time, it still looks pretty rad. So I know the build that I'm more curious about, I'm going to butcher this. Man, I am horrible with technology, guys. I am really sorry. I am trying my freaking absolute best. So right off the back, I did a little bit of research before I pulled this up. The Jeffsy looks really good. It looks like they got a lot of really solid bang for buck builds. This is the top of the line one, $56.99. In terms of availability, it's saying in stock, which is pretty rad. That being said, like I said, we've talked about this before from a customer service standpoint. I just wonder how they're going to do in terms of availability down the line, especially when this bike starts to get sold out. Is warranty is going to be an issue? Let's look at the build. This is not the build that I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if I can find it. It's going to take a little bit of load. Like I said, our internet's a little bit spotty today, but I think it'll load. The really cool build I think that they have, I'm not sure if they made an aluminum build for the Jeffsy, but it's a really solid bang for buck aluminum build. I think it's this one right here. If I can click on it, please work. I just don't want the whole, there it is. Yeah, so this build right here. So I feel like this is going to be a game changer for people who want to try out the whole long travel, mid travel 29er, but at the same time, don't want to break their bank. So let's see what we got going. So Jesse 27. So the bike is in stock, which is pretty rad. In that aluminum bang for buck build, we're talking about $22.99. That number is very tempting. Trail features. Why aren't you freaking frothing making a video about this, dude? $22.99 seems right in line with the bikes that Trail Features is really into, because it gives everyone the opportunity to basically own a bike, and especially a bike of this caliber, because geometry is not going to change much from their top of the line build. So let's see what you're actually getting, and let's see what Mo thinks. So we got, oh, let me just look. Oh, Ron, thanks so much for that $5 super chat, dude.
Thank
so
you, Ron.
650B setup. Jeffsy is really so kicked. Nice to have a flip chit to just heading on lean towards, at least for my son. Damon would absolutely love this bike, Ron, and your wallet will love it better as well, because YT is killing it price point right now, but I think Damon would really like this bike. So I'm going to go over a couple of the builds. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. We're going to go ahead and use it for gas on this road trip and see if we can make it to a destination that we really want to make it to. So what do you get for $22.99? So you get the Rhythm, which is actually a really solid performance fork. So when I say performance fork, I'm talking about like entry level, getting your foot in the door, but at the same time, you're stepping up from that basic entry level. The Rhythm is really solid. I feel like it feels really smooth. I've set up a couple of people's bikes with the Rhythms. You're getting NX Eagle. What is the drivetrain? The cassette is the 1230. So I believe that this is only going to be a 1042 setup, which isn't the end of the world. It's still a solid drivetrain. In terms of your, what else they got on here? Dropper post. So they're doing that whole SDG Tellus. I have absolutely no idea what the reliability is looking like on the SDG Tellus. At the same time, though, I got a couple buddies that work at SDG. It seems like their products from a saddle point of view was pretty spot on. However, dropper post, a whole different realm. So be curious to see how they do. Wheel set, the 1900 splines. So even though I'm not the biggest fan of that wheel set, I am the biggest fan of that wheel set when it's found on a bike that's $2,200. For whatever reason, some companies, let me show you guys this. This is the thing that really, I feel like I'm going to push my luck, but let me see if I can just pull up what our Yeti cycles. So I think Yeti specs the $1,900, the DT Swiss 1900 wheels on like their $5,000 build or something like that. So the fact that you're getting this wheel set on a bike that costs $22.99, you're gonna be able to set it up tubeless. It doesn't have the ratchet style engagement, but at the same time, it is a really good bang for buck durable wheel set. So pretty stoked to kind of see that on Jeff C's build. Let me see if I can find this real quick just for you guys there. And then hopefully I don't crash our internet. Like I said, you guys, we are bumming internet from Whole Foods. So at any point in time, this whole chat can basically go away, which hopefully doesn't happen. Specs/Geo, the GX build. So what are they using? Wheel set. Let me move my face. I know you guys don't want to see my face. I should just X off, but then you guys won't be able to see Hannah. And I feel like a lot of people are here for Hannah. Where is it? Wheels. I wish I could have someone next to me. Oh, there. Yeah. So wheel set, DT Swiss, 1900s. What? That doesn't make sense. Like, I understand there's the whole kind of don't compare. I don't know. I don't feel like it's too off to compare a Yeti to a YT, but at the same time, pretty insane. Like $51.99, 1900 wheel set. In here, you're looking at $22.99 with a 1900. Obviously, the other one was like their affordable carbon. It's not a fair comparison equally. But at the same time, I just feel like different price points, like start speccing different wheels. It can't be from a cost perspective too much more to kind of upgrade to the 1700 spline wheels. So just kind of saying that. But Arizona Durlife, thank you so much for that $10 super chat, dude. That is going into the gas fund for this road trip. Really appreciate it. Maybe cookie fun. So on road trips, we eat a lot of cookies. That's normally when we pig out. And I feel like most of the weight that I gain, at least, is on road trips. And then when I go back home, I'm just riding and doing all this stuff. So yeah, it's either going to be cookie fund or gas fund, one of the above. But yeah, so $22.99, solid suspension. You're getting a really nice drivetrain. It's not at the same time like top of the line, but it's still a really solid drivetrain. The dropper post is my only question, but this bike is $22.99 and it comes with a dropper post. And you're getting really solid wheels. I'm a huge fan of this. I think YT outdid themselves on the aluminum build. If you have a son like Ron has Damon, I feel like, I don't know, dude, obviously Damon's probably going to want the nicer build, but I feel like if you have someone who's just getting into the sport of mountain biking, I highly recommend checking out this build. I think YT did a really good job. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things where a lot of people, there's a lot of kind of controversies with direct-to-consumer bike shops or bike brands. So a lot of people tend to say like, oh, like people like YT and Commensal, they're killing off the local bike shop. However, in my personal opinion, I don't think they're killing off the local bike shops. I think local bike shops are going to do good, if not flourish, if they actually run a good business. And we've seen this a couple times, like people who adapt to the market. Like if you look at Worldwide Cyclery, if you look at, I mean, this is completely on a bigger scale. If you look at Jensen, if you look at Fanatic, if you look at even some like mom and pop shop, like Irwin Cycles in Las Vegas, I went in there and they really take care of their customers from a customer service standpoint.
And people are always going to need mechanics too. They just need to shift their focus.
Yeah.
Less bikes and more.
Yeah, and people are always going to need mechanics. And in terms of like a profit margin, you make so much more on repairing a bike from a bike shop's perspective than actually selling a bike. Yeah, so for people who are saying that these bike shops are, I mean, these direct-to-consumer brands are going to kill off bike shops, they're not. At the end of the day, what this is going to do is it's going to put more pressure on bigger brands like Pivot, like Santa Cruz, to actually come out to the market with more affordable price points and figure out a way to compete. And then pretty soon what you'll end up seeing is companies like Yeti can't do this anymore. Obviously, there's always going to be that person that's going to buy the Yeti, but you shouldn't get DT Swiss 1900 wheels on a bike that costs $51.99 and you're getting affordable carbon. it doesn't make sense to me. At that point, make an aluminum bike, because obviously you guys can't meet the price points that people want you to meet with the affordable carbon. So why even have it there? That's just my opinion at the end of the day, though, and always take that stuff with a grain of salt. The other thing I want to look at on the Jeff C, let me just go through the comments real fast before I move on too quickly. And once again, thank you so much, Arizona Dirt Life, for that. Brady White, thoughts on different dropper posts, better pricing, reliable ones. Brady, I'm going to say Fox transfer dropper post, just buy that and put it on your YT. Who else we got in here? We got Arizona Dirt. Oh, just because we're awesome. Dude, you're freaking awesome, Arizona Dirt Life. Nike Gerard, I9, John, hope you have VPN. Oh man, John, okay, so I'm not going to say yes or no to that, because I'm not sure if that's something that people can use against us, but yeah, if anyone has any kind of tips on VPN, I don't even know what that stands for.
That's a clue.
I've seen some stuff like VPN networks and stuff, but I don't know. Is there a way to be safer when we're on public Wi-Fi? Daddy Huffy, new subscriber from Fort Collins. Dude, freaking thank you so much for joining on, Daddy Huffy. Robert Villa, on Trail Features, I need to get to Colorado again. Yeah, we really need to make our way out to Colorado. Patrick, Team Mo, and Hannah, we are a team, and we're freaking cranking this one out. Nick, you should demo Jeff C. I really do. Keith, I think I got a better deal from a Canyon Spectral than the YT. We'll look at the Canyons a little bit later today as well, but who else we got in here? Josh Hunter, aluminum Jesse is old non. Oh, Josh is telling me that the aluminum Jesse is the old non. Well, that's a bummer, John. But let me see if I can find do they not make the new Jesse? But let's take a look at the Jeff C 29 aluminum base. And is this one not updated as well, you guys? Let's pull it up real quick. Lots of free VPN apps out there. Okay, so everyone's saying virtual private network. We probably should get a virtual private network. I'm going to talk to our IT team about setting one up for us. But okay, so even if this is the more outdated Jeff C, which I'm not sure if it is or not, I would say in terms of availability, it's still in stock, so it's got to be still kind of working for them. And in terms of like a build perspective, this thing is pretty freaking spot on. I really like this, and especially at that price point, I feel like if you are trying to step up to a full suspension mountain bike, definitely consider it. It's a rad one. So the other thing I wanted to look at is the more expensive YT Jeff C. I believe it's this one. So the carbon one, the COM, is the other one I want to take a look at for you guys. And let's see how it looks. Only the carbons are the new frames. All right, thank you guys. I guess the carbon ones are the new frames. I will still say with that older one though, let me see if I can find it. So can you guys let me know, is this the revised one you guys want me to take a look at? I should know when I see it too. Trust me, my name is Zero Bytes. It's a hacker name. Yeah, well, hopefully you don't hack us. We would really appreciate that. You guys, is this the new Jeff C 29? I thought this one was the new Jeff C. I could be wrong. Could someone correct me? When you say IT team, let's see what we got. Hannah is the IT department. Hannah's the IT department, the website department, the marketing department, and basically anything technology. I just rock the hair. And all right, so this one is in stock. I feel like this is the new one. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the new one? Because if it's not, I am going to talk about this one. Oh, Ron, thank you so much for that $10 super chat, dude. Irby DH room with DT Swiss 240 could be a great build. Personally, I'm curious considering the next potential bike for me. Personally, Nordy at VPN should be a great choice. Sweet, Ron, thank you so much for that tip. More importantly, thank you so much for that super chat. That is going into the gas fund for this road trip. Thanks again, dude. And we will definitely look into the VPN. I'm a huge fan of DT Swiss 240 hub, so I think it's going to make a solid wheel set. And we'll talk bikes when we can go over what bikes you should probably get for your next one. Next time we're in Laguna, too. Yeah, it is. Okay, so everyone's saying, yeah, that's the one. Okay.
Read the newest comment.
Best van builder is also Hannah. You guys, okay, you know what? I'm gonna disclose something right here. First off, a lot of people have been thinking that Hannah, someone's saying Hannah's the boss. Okay, Hannah is the boss, but a lot of people think that Hannah built the entire van. Well, you guys have to realize,
I didn't build the entire van.
I also put in some work. I was just the one that was videoing everything, and so all our videos are basically Hannah building the van. And so now I have people literally saying, oh, dude, Hannah built your whole van. And I was like, what about me?
Well, you're a busier person. You do the coaching.
I was pretty, she did a majority. She did a lot more. I would say it's probably like 65, 35, 60, 40. But then the other day, I think someone came up to her.
Mom,
and
please don't get butthurt.
Whatever. Well, no, the only reason I'm bringing the story up is the other day, someone was talking to Hannah and said, oh my God, you did such a good job on the rear walls. And the rear walls was a majority of me. And I was like, oh, she's going to like correct them. And she's like, oh yeah, thank you so much.
Well,
I did that.
I polyed them and sanded. I did the finishing touches.
Come on, Mo. She engineered it. She was the engineer. So yeah, Hannah is amazing. She did do a lot of freaking stuff in this van on her own. She's probably like 60 to 65%. Mo is butthurt because the other day she told someone she did something that I did. All right, so let's go ahead and oh, 0 bytes, $2, dude.
Thank you.
No, you're awesome, dude. Thank you so much. That's going in the gas fund. We really appreciate that, 0 bytes. You're freaking awesome, dude. So let's keep talking about this Jesse. So this is the new one, apparently. It's looking like it is in stock in a couple of sizes. I want to take a look at the actual build. So let me move this over to here. So it's $42.99. That's a pretty penny. I'm going to tell you guys before I scroll down what I'm expecting. I'm expecting either a RockShox Lyric RC2 or a Grip 2 fork from Fox 36. I'm expecting at least GX Eagle. I'm expecting Code RSCs, if not XT 4-piston brakes. And I'm expecting a Fox transfer dropper post. Let's see how close I was. I actually haven't looked at the build on this one, so let's take a look. Should I just buy it now, or do you guys think Hannah would kill me? Or should I just buy it for Hannah? We both need it. Yeah, maybe I should just get Hannah one. So what are you getting for that price point? So you're getting RockShox. Okay, so you're getting the Pike RCT3. I personally think it would have been cooler if they put like the Lyric on this bike. I do understand they're going for a more trail bike feel from this setup. And the Pike still is a pretty good fork, but it's also the RCT3. So that's pretty interesting. You are getting GX Eagle. So you're getting wheel set is E13. So they're sticking with the E13 kind of setup. Not the biggest fan on that end. E13 dropper post. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of E13 parts on this. That's pretty hefty for that. I don't know. I feel like their aluminum model, even though it's not the updated one, might be a little better option than this. And then how much does it cost to actually step up to the pro race? I think you're looking at like another $1,000 maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. I'm going to try and pull it up right now and not have our internet shut down. Let's take a look at this real quick. Meanwhile, in the comment section, do review YT. Top build is awesome. Mo, I'm looking for a $4,500 enduro bike. I do need the LaSalle Peak, but there are no reviews except for Bike Mag. All right, Davis, I have the LaSalle Peak coming up in a little bit, so definitely stay tuned for that. But this might be an option as well. 0 bytes saying, is this for Hannah? We're both in the market for new bikes, but what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to find a company to work with in terms of building a relationship for 2019. That being said, if nothing happens, I think we might just end up buying some like direct-to-consumer brands. But our next bike, we want it to be a bike company that releases an affordable 29er that at the same time, I'm going to feel very confident in terms of shredding. So like YT, Fazari, Gorilla Gravity, those are all contenders. And that I want to ride a bike that doesn't cost $1 million. So this is the top of the line build. You're looking at $56.99. And what are you getting for $56.99? Is it even worth stepping up to that price point? Fox 36. So it's typical what I would expect. It is a pretty penny. I personally still think I'm most blown away by the aluminum build. To each their own, and that's this. We're going to go ahead and shut it off because I feel like talking about YT enough. And we're going to bring up our next article, but how much does she, can you check on? I don't think I think she's talking about the bike or you.
I think he's talking about me.
she weighs like 115.
No.
So
no.
Let's see who else do we got in here. Process 153 29er. Sherman Meme. Yeah, the Process 153 29er looks insanely well, but So this is an article that I wanted to bring up to you guys if you guys haven't seen it already. So Scottish council concerned by mountain bikers stripping off. So if you guys didn't know, apparently this community in Scotland was basically a lot of people. Let me read it exactly. The residents' primary concern is parking directly outside their houses, and when their events are out in town, they hardly move their cars because they want to go to the park. Where is the right here? So local residents have recently complained about a small minority of muddy bikers stripping off in residential streets using foul language in response to reasonable representation and using the public land as toilets. This is probably one of my favorite articles I have ever written because I feel like I would know some of those people because I have friends locally that definitely do all of the above at the local trailhead. I think pretty much everyone, but if you guys kind of go down, favorite part about this too was this actually is quite serious. Even short exposure to the extreme light reflection from Scottish skin can cause lasting damage to the retina. This was absolutely amazing. This article blew me away. I can't believe this is actually a thing. At the same time, there are a couple of trailheads locally, and I'm always kind of baffled that people choose. I've seen some like in Aliso, that's our local trail home. There is so many people freaking riding there on the weekends. At the same time, I see people buy houses there. And then those same people tend to be the ones that freaking yell at mountain bikers for parking for a place, try to drive them off the street. And it's like that trailhead wasn't something new. It was there. So I feel like as mountain biking starts to grow a little bit more so, you start to see a lot more trailheads that are closer to housing communities. You see a lot more issues just like this, especially like in Orange County. There's a lot of trailheads that literally show up right next to housing districts. And so, yeah, that's probably... someone said BKXC after. Oh, shoot. Caesar. Oh, Caesar. Thank you so much for the dollar super chat, dude. He's saying 29 or 27.5. Which is better for SoCal? Okay, so let's get into 29 versus 27.5. And then let's yell at each other and tell each other that they're wrong. But I feel like that's every time I hear someone talk about like 27 versus 27.5, that becomes the concept.
Wait, someone said that the audio is shaky.
You guys, is the audio okay, guys? Can you guys let us know if the audio is okay? We're gonna wait in for those chats to come on in. Can anyone hear us? Hopefully our internet's not going out. Also it's $100 ticket fee every time you ride. Can you guys audio okay? I just want to make sure that's okay before we kind of keep going on. Someone was commenting on audio. Did it get better? Someone saying fine. Okay, so my audio is good. Awesome. So 29 versus 27.5. In my personal opinion, and I like to kind of preface anything that I get a lot of shit from a lot of people in terms of like opinions. I preface it with, in my personal opinion, I feel like that takes me off the hook. But with the 29er, I feel like you get a lot more rollover. You cover a lot more ground quicker, and your rides feel a little bit more efficient. From a climbing perspective, I just feel like the whole kind of covering ground a little bit quicker just makes climb feel a little bit more bearable. From a descending perspective, I feel like the rollover is something that blows me away every time. It really feels like you can roll over absolutely everything and be freaking A-okay. With that being said, I do feel where the 29er lacks is when trails start to get very steep and you start to get a lot of ruts. The 27.5-inch bike, I feel like, digs into those ruts and tracks a little bit better than a 29er. So like more free ride style trails, I just feel like having that small allows you to really kind of get that rut and not feel wobbly. And also they are a little bit more fun in terms of a nimbleness perspective. When you go to whip around a 29er on a trail, like say you try to like hit a jib or like hit a kicker, just kind of like mess around with that rear wheel around, you can still do it, as you guys can tell by my videos. However, there's that much more wheel and it just kind of feels a little bit kind of clunky, like it's getting in the way a little bit. They have to do a lot with chainstays. They got to make them nice and short and compact. And I just feel like there's so much going on with the 29-inch wheel, where the 27.5-inch wheel really allows you kind of just play on the trail, whip around, have a really good time. And yeah, so Zero by saying, do you like to play? I'm not sure if that was it's supposed to be a funny question, but I personally, in terms of my riding style when I'm on a mountain bike, I'm the type of rider that I like to have fun with the trail, but at the same time, I always take the straightest, chunkiest line possible. And so I feel like the 29er does really well. Also, in terms of geometry event, I feel like the 29er right now is basically at a point in time where it's just, I don't know, geometry on 29ers are freaking insane. But Brady White says hashtag 27.5 gang. Yeah, dude, Brady, you got the YT is Tuesday or Tuesday, but Brady, I'm freaking so jealous of you and your downhill bike. But yeah, so that's my whole take on 27.5 versus 29. We got Daily MTB rider in the house, Milwaukee back at again. You know, Daily, I can say it for you too. You've been freaking cranking out the content. I'm really sorry to hear about your buddy, dude. I saw that post. I hope your buddy freaking gets better. It's been a really, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of my buddies are starting to get injured on the bike. And normally it kind of comes in waves like that. So if you guys are out there, stay safe when you're riding. It's a little worse to hear when a mountain biker gets and it's a bummer because the sport, like at the end of the day, mountain biking is a dangerous sport, as our waiver says when we coach it is an inherently dangerous sport. With that being said, it always sucks when it does happen, and you'll just kind of wish that guy makes a speedy recovery. So, be rider, hope your buddy gets better, and all the people who've gone down in the last couple of weeks, I hope you guys get better as well. All right, so I want to move on to the next piece of news. This is a little bit of a shocker. It's one of the bikes that I am considering as my next bike, and it is, drum roll. Ooh, what is Mo considering? Let me click. What is it? What is it going to be? Watch, it's just like my credit card number and like my passport information. Boom, Gorilla Gravity Smash. So this is probably, it's in the contenders. I've definitely been looking at this bike a little bit more so. I feel like, I don't know, it's one of those things, people are saying Ibis Ritmo. I want a Ritmo, but unfortunately it's, I feel like everyone has a Ritmo, and that's one of the reasons that I haven't gotten one yet. I don't know, it's tough. I literally feel like everyone I know owns an Ibis Ritmo. Don't get me wrong, the Ritmo is an amazing bike. But yeah, so this is one of the new bikes that I'm considering. It is called the Gorilla Gravity Smash. It's 140 millimeter. I don't know. I've been looking at this. One of the reasons I'm considering it so freaking much is look at this, you guys. When we go to geometry and sizing, and honestly, a lot of people are going to be like, Mo, you are absolutely nuts. I'm sure Daily MTB rider is saying I love Ritmos. Daily MTB rider, you should get a Ritmo, dude. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I just feel like I said, I feel like everyone has a Ritmo, and it's tough. I feel like some bikes come out there, they get overhyped, and then literally everyone has them. I like to be a little bit different, but you know that, Josh. But yeah, so look at this number, you guys. So on the Gravity Smash, cool company based out of Colorado, I believe. I think the frames are in here. Let's do metric because we are in America. I'm sure if what's his name, Paul the punter, jumps in this live stream, he's going to be like, what is inches and what is but let's go standard. There we go. That's what I like to see. Yeah, some inches. You know, just in case Paul the punter does come in here, I'm going to go ahead and run the metric as well, just so we don't make them feel left out. So right here, this is what I want to show you guys. I'm going to move my head over here. The reach on this thing is massive. Oh my God. 515 millimeters on the reach on the Gorilla Gravity Smash. Right? You like that? I really like my bikes to be really long. This is really, really, really long. Like if you look at the sizing chart, you're talking 6'4" to 6'8". Now, everyone's probably like, Mo, why do you like your bike so big? It's because I personally like to ride off the back of my bike a little bit more so. And so what that means is my riding style, I'm sitting off of the back and I'm just kind of letting the front end of the bike just plow through and do it. I'm okay sacrificing a little bit more so in terms of nimbleness from the front end of the bike. If it allows me just freaking plow through absolutely everything. 515, pretty insane. The chainstay too, if you guys look at that chainstay, let's go up to America sizing. That's the only thing I can read. 69. So you still get the short chainstay in the rear with the really long reach. So very stable ride, really poppy, really nimble in terms of the rear end. And I don't know, it looks really cool. The other cool thing is their bike build. Oh, whoa.
So big.
Oh yeah, let's make that smaller. The other really cool thing is, oh, stop that computer. What are you doing? Stop. Stay.
The IT
Okay.
department's right here.
Yeah, I might need help from the IT department soon. Remind me later. So that's all. I wonder if they're gonna have a new one. But look at this. You guys can basically customize pretty much everything from brake set to bar and stem combo, drivetrain. I don't know too much about the actual bike and how it rides. I'm just saying, so someone's asking about the seat stay angle. So the seat angle is looking like 75.8, but they say the actual is 73.5. To be completely honest with you guys, most people who are advertising a 76-degree seat angle, the actual seat angle is probably at a 74. Basically, when they go to kind of do the whole geo chart and they measure how it actually is when you're on the bike, you get like 2 different seat angles. So they're just keeping it honest. I'm curious on how the pedaling platform is going to be on this bike. Someone saying Gorilla Gravity smolded out. I thought that was one of the biggest beasts with YT. Yeah, so that is, like I said, it's just become a bike because I saw Single Tech Sampler when he was visiting us, Josh. He had the Gorilla Gravity Smash. I took his for a little bit of pedal. It felt really good. I haven't looked too much into availability on the Gorilla Gravity. I just kind of was talking to him, seeing how he liked the bike, and he really liked it. And then I looked at the geo chart. The geo chart looked humongous. And at the end of the day, if I can figure out a way to get this bike and that extra large frame, I think I'm going to be pretty stoked. But that's my thought on the Gorilla Gravity Smash. I'm going to go through the comments real quick. Robert is saying, please demo the Smash. I've seen Alex. I think I'm going to demo this bike at some point. Yeti, Ibis, sick bike over the asking price. Yeah, Yeti, you guys know how I feel about Yeti, but Ibis actually has some affordable price points with the Ritmo. If you guys want, let me know in the comment section. I'll build you guys up like my version of the good for buck Ibis Ritmo. But yeah, just let me know if you guys want that. Ride a speed from the guy riding a Firebird. I'm not sure what that means. Luke, LLK. Luke, what's going on? Luke, Intense Carbine. Intense has definitely stepped up their game as well, dude. But yeah, Robert, few inches in miles. Dude, that is miles in terms of reach on the Gorilla Gravity Smash. Steve saying, man, a lot of people don't like the Gorilla Gravity Smash. You guys, does this bike suck? If it sucks, let me know, because I don't want to buy this bike and then have it suck. Nick Gerard, #YT. Josh, Arizona Drill, the damn updates always pop up when you're doing something you can't stop. Yeah, I don't get why computers want you to update them all the time. Gorilla Gravity is getting a new CNC machine, so they are slowing down production. Steve, that's good to know. You guys, has anyone actually owned one of these? I just think that the reach is freaking insane on this thing. The ability to kind of have it custom made and the whole kind of raw feeling of aluminum is something that I'm really going for. But someone's asking me for my thoughts on the Nolly Fugitive LT. I know it sounds like broken record. Check out the poll again. This time machine, 3 water bottles. Brian, I did check out the poll. It's just really tough. I feel like that is just really, really international. Do they have a US distributor? Do you know about that? So someone's at, let me show you guys another option I'm looking at in terms of long travel 29ers. Because a lot of people have been asking us what we're actually considering. Let's see. LaSalle Peak, Fazari LaSalle. So this is another bike that I am highly freaking considering. It's the LaSalle. I think it would be really good bikes for both of us. I just kind of look at the price point. In particular, let me pull up the builds. Do I have to click buy? Let's take a look at buy. So LaSalle Peak Elite. So this build in particular, freaking insane. So $45.99. So it's definitely, it's a little costly. So $45.99 is a lot of cookies. But the build looks absolutely insane for that. So basically at that price point, can we select the specs? I want to see if I can pull up the specs for you guys. I know everyone's freaking curious. And I think you have the ability to run 2 water balls on this, which would also be absolutely nuts. and definitely something that I'm really considering. Okay, see full specs. Let me pull this up for you guys. So you guys are getting a RockShox Lyric RC2 fork. Absolutely insane. You're getting the Super Deluxe rear shock. You are getting a GX Eagle drivetrain, which is still super rad. In terms of brakes, what are you getting? So you're getting a Fox Performance dropper post, which is really awesome. Really solid dropper post on that build. Race face turbine, Stansflow MK329s. Those are actually really solid wheels as well. Code RSCs. So this is basically a $7,000 build from a majority of bigger boutique style companies, but you're getting it for, I mean, $45.99. Looks super rad. You get the red Lyric. I'm definitely partial to that. And yeah, I just feel like this is really an awesome bang for buck build and another bike that I'm strongly considering. So who else do we got in the comment section? I'm going to go through really so I don't miss anyone. So Colt is saying Gorilla Gravity will ship you a bike to demo. The only problem with demos is I would need it for like 3 or 4 months. I don't like to demo bikes for like a day or 2 days or a week. I want the full experience. I want to see reliability. I want to see how those things are to service. I want how those things hold up over load time. So that's why I end up just buying the bikes, just because that's the best way for me to kind of give the most in-depth review of the bike I possibly can.
So you buy it on the immediately that you hate it, like with the Mach 6.
Yeah, some bikes I absolutely don't like, but I definitely kind of try out for a little bit. So someone's saying I think Whole Foods is starting to throttle your internet. You guys, is the internet going down? Can you guys let us know, is the kind of quality of the live stream going down in terms of like how we look or anything like that? Hopefully the internet's going down, but I'm gonna give you guys a couple of seconds. If anyone can let us know, is the quality of the live stream right now? Can you guys still hear us, see the screen share? Because I think Whole Foods might have caught on that we've been bumming off their internet, so they might be kicking us off. Can they not? I don't know. Trail Features is saying it, but video is sketchy. Choppy Wi-Fi. Oh shoot. Let's see. Audio fine. Video is choppy. Do you guys have any tips? Should I close some tabs? 1 second out, 40 seconds a bit choppy, fine for watching. Video's not great, audio's okay. You guys, should I stop screen sharing? Someone's saying good enough. Video's great. Maybe video's jumping in and out. Sound. You guys, I'm really sorry about the video quality. Like I said, we're on a road trip right now and wanted to live stream. Oh, video. That would help. Mo, your zipper is down. Better fix that, buddy. My zipper is down. What, dude? My zipper isn't down. Video is jumping in and out. Video is not that great. The audio is okay. Open Manager. Can you guys? Okay, so I think you guys. Oh, video and audio works fine. Really, it's not that bad. Same as before. Okay. You guys mind if we keep on going with this? Screen is fine. Oh, you guys are saying this pop-up window. Audio is good, so that's important. So your reveal. Okay, sweet. So this is basically everyone's good. Try stop screen sharing. Okay, I'm gonna try and stop the screen share. Keep going. Someone's saying keep going. Okay, I think we're gonna keep going. If it's absolutely horrible, Hannah's gonna keep track of the chat. Okay. Another bike that I want to talk about right now is this one. Let me go ahead and turn this off so I don't kill our live stream. Okay, sweet. So Noli bike. Video's fine. Bike porn is best when chopping. It's all about those cookies. I'm literally like, you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm eating the crumbs of the cookie that remain from Hannah eating the majority of them. But let's go ahead and take a look at Noli.
No.
I didn't have a majority of them.
You had a majority.
You didn't have a majority of them. You ate most of them. Okay, Noli bikes. Really cool company. Someone's saying, Hannah, show them what to do. Okay. Saying, Hannah, help. She really is IT in this department. Okay. So Noli is a company based out of BC, Vancouver, Washington. That's the bike I'm about to talk about. It's called the Noli Fugitive. Freaking insane bike. So we're going to go down to the Fugitive LT, which is the one that I am considering. I would say the paint scheme alone on this bike is absolutely mind-blowing. And let me see if I can pull it on up. It's taking a while. I feel like the whole chat's a little bit laggy. So 135 mils in the rear, 150 millimeter fork, super solid build. That paint scheme is absolutely freaking insane. The only issue I have with the Noli Fugitive, I feel like their price points are a little higher, but at the same time, I do understand very, very small company, really solid build. The only bummer is that they're going with Super Boost. And that was a little bit of a shock for me to hear from a company like Noli. I mean, this is coming from a company that really didn't believe in internally cable routing and boost space a little bit. Like, it took them forever to catch up to boost spacing. It took them forever to catch up to internal cable routing. But then all of a sudden, they freaking just jumped on the Super Boost freaking train. As you guys can tell, the problem with Super Boost for me is I'm the type of rider who really hard on my bikes. If something breaks, I want to be able to call my buddy and be like, yo, dude, can you freaking borrow your rear wheel? With Super Boost, it's a lot harder to do. I don't know if the market is going to go in that direction. If they do, then Noli got a jump head start. But definitely an interesting thing to kind of see a company like Noli just freaking go gung-ho into the thing. Robert is saying Super Boost equals super pricey. It doesn't really affect the pricing too much, but the big is like I said, it's really tough to bum wheel on your friend. And yeah, so Arizona Dirt Life is saying, have you checked out the Reeb? You know, let me check out the Reeb right now. Let's see, REEB, EB bikes right there. So let's go ahead and check out Reeb bikes together, because I know Jeff Lanowski just signed to them. Am I correct on that, you guys? Look up Vitus bikes and Nuke Proof. Brian Vogel saying look up those. We'll take a look at those too. But Patrick is saying you look like 2 bags. Well, thank you. Whose hair right now is? Oh, you're not going to the hair contest.
We might need showers.
We definitely need showers. Right after this live stream, we're probably gonna find our. We have Planet Fitness gym membership, and that's where we shower. So, Trail Futures saying a lot of people griped about Boost when it came out, though. I wonder if chainstays weren't already wide enough. So Trail Futures, and that's where I feel like Noel is like, we don't want to get left behind again. Let's just jump onto the Super Boost kind of train. With that being said, if Super Boost doesn't work out for a company like Noli that's very small, it's going to be interesting to kind of see how that affects them down the line. But yeah, so Reeb cycles, Briggy apparently is saying, oh no, John is saying Reeb, beer spelled backwards. Is that a true story that Reeb is basically beer spelled? I know obviously beer spelled backwards, but is that why it was named that? So someone's saying we're passing Jeff Malski for you. So let's take a look at their actual. You guys, do they make full suspension bikes? That's what I'm curious about. Someone's saying, please leave chat up. I'm getting here and want to hear your earlier comments. Okay, yeah. So we'll definitely leave this out. Are you talking about repost the video? We'll repost it. But right now we're looking at Reeb Cycles bikes. Let's look at what they have. Mountain, is there? Oh man, why do I feel like I can never work anyone's? You guys, maybe we'll just call these live stream mode doesn't know how to work a computer. Mountain. Okay, so let's see what they have. Wow, what is that called? It's called the Squeeb. So I guess Reeb Cycle is Jeff Lanowski just signed to them. This bike is called the Squeeb. What is it? That's what I'm really curious about. Oh, I need a beer. Beer right back. Trail Futures, get your beer, and if you got a LaCroix, just send it over to us. See. So a lot of people are saying that Reeb is basically beer spelled backwards. I'm not sure if is that actually why the name of the company was named that?
Well, the R is backwards.
Oh, I wonder if it. Okay, that's pretty cool. So the name is cool, Squeeb. So is this supposed to be like Bucus? Nope, that's spelled backwards. Jeff rides a Squeeb. Okay, let's try and figure out what this bike is together. Updated for 2019. We've made some changes to Squeeb. First off, geometry. What? Probably not the best face. Where's the wheel size? Why don't they say the wheel size anywhere? You guys, am I missing something? What wheel size is this? And why does it not say anywhere there? Collab with Logan Paul, get him into mountain biking. Funny story, I actually DM'd Logan Paul. And he didn't actually answer. So, so yeah, it would be kind of good. Someone is saying, check the fork, collab with Logan Paul.
Both.
This does not, you guys, does this do both? Not a good face at all. Yeah, sorry, Robert.
Right here.
27. So is this like a 29er or 27 and a half? You can spec it. By the time you spec out a Reeb with quality spec, it gets expensive. Look at the tires. It's so confusing. Why are they making it so? If you look in the name, you can see 2 beer cans, a wrench in the middle of the Reeb. So beer code. Thank you so much, John Cass, for the point out on that. But so I guess it's a 29er by 2.5. So I guess they're, yeah, I guess it can go either. Is what is going on? So it has clearance for a 29. Love the channel. Can't wait to set up. Yeah, glitter. Hey, glitter titties. I know that's not your real name. What? So he was basically glitter titties. Basically, were comment that you want to like hook up for some lessons. I know your name isn't glitter titties. But yeah, I'm stoked to freaking kind of hook up with you for lessons too. But yeah, so let's try and figure out the Joe on this bike. It looks really good, you guys. I like that whole raw kind of style. Jeff Lanowski, you are welcome. What do we got here, you guys? Their website makes LOL keeps saying it. Hey, he's the one titter glaze. If he's having fame, don't buy aluminum, you'll regret it. I don't know. I've ridden a couple of aluminum bikes. I like the way they feel a little bit. I mean, I obviously love carbon, but it's been a while since I've been on an aluminum bike, and I don't know. It's definitely kind of one of those where I'm gonna see how it feels.
Saying that we would regret
it. We would regret it if we got aluminum or glitter titties. Aluminum. Okay, so let's see this. I am really trying my best here to kind of decipher this build on this Reeb Cycle Squeeb.
GT stands for glitter titty.
That is what. I'm just gonna get the Geo because their builds aren't making that much sense. What's the head angle looking at? So on an extra large bike, we're looking at 533 on the seat tube, so 21 inch on the seat tube. Reach, you're looking at 19.7, 500 mils. Awesome. So 500. Okay, so reach looks really good. What's the chainstay length at? That's a really long chainstay length. 17. Well, it's not completely long. 17.3, 17.4 would be really long. 75 degree seat angle, head angle at 65 degree. You guys, this bike looks really good. I don't know. It looks really rad. I don't know much about the company or customer service or, I mean, how are the pricing on these things? $49.99. What does that get me? Rear shock, black, decal set, build, PFP. So the PFP build is basically, let's take a look at this. There you go. PFP, I'm getting a Cane Creek helm. Wow, one of the first companies I see to spec the Cane Creek helm for it. That's pretty cool. You're getting Cane Creek double barrel air. Hopefully you don't have to send them for service 20 times a month. Was that too passive aggressive, Cane Creek? Race face spec, Shimano Selects, hydraulic disc, KS Lev SI. So it looks like price point is really good. It looks like a super. I like the aluminum raw finish. They have Jeff Lanowski, so obviously they have good taste and talent. So yeah, I'm definitely kind of a fan of this. You know, I love there's a guy out of Arizona, titty sprinkles on stuff. That's so freaking good. All right. So the other thing that I really kind of want to go over today, well, is there any more questions for us, you guys? Obviously, like I said, we are on a road trip. We're going to a top secret. It's not really that secret. You guys will, like I said, you'll see the first video from this road trip on Sunday. So we're definitely kind of pumped to be back on the road and thinking about either X2 or DPX2. Okay, I do know that I did talk about this. So let's talk about the DPX2. I know we're all over the place, but DPX2 versus the X2 rear shock. I got some questions about that earlier today. I personally think that the Fox Float X2 rear shock is probably one of the most overhyped shocks on the market. I'm not saying it's a bad shock. It's actually, it's a pretty good shock. Like, I really do enjoy it. With that being said, like I said, one of the most overhyped shocks on the market. And I just feel like everyone just feels like they need an X2, and they don't really kind of put too much thought into the DPX2. I personally think the Fox Float DPX2 is a little bit more of a versatile shock. You get a lot of poppiness from that shock. It really doesn't take away anything from the how that bike feels on the trail, where I feel like the X2 actually deadens the trail just a tad. So it'll deaden the trail a bit. It kind of just feels like, and it doesn't feel as poppy, as playful as the DPX2. The other thing is servicing the X2. I feel like you have to service it way more frequently than the DPX2. The DPX2 also has a similar service procedure. So if you're the type of person who don't work on your own stuff, you can just freaking take it into a shop. It's a little bit more affordable than the X2 in terms of full services. And yeah, in my personal opinion, I think the DPX2 is a little bit better of a shot than the X2, but the X2 also does an amazing as well. All right, who else do we got? We got Robert saying aliens are taking over his Wi-Fi. Aliens might be taking our Wi-Fi, especially considering where we're at. Industry 9 305 wheels from Mac T. I really like Industry 9 wheels. I feel like they're high engaging hubs, really solid company. And yeah, I definitely feel like they make one of the louder hubs on the market. So if you're trying not to hit a hiker, probably a great option for you to consider. Who else do we got in here? You guys, we're going to be taking the last of the questions. We're probably going to end this soon because I think we should shower.
Yeah, I think the Wi-Fi is getting worse.
Yeah, you guys, I think the Wi-Fi is getting worse for you guys too, and it's looking a little slow on our end. So you guys let in those final questions, and yeah, we're gonna kind of keep cranking these questions out for a little bit more. I hope you guys have been having a good time in this live stream. I'm a little bit kind of, I don't know how I want to take this. I figure since we're on here, there's something that we're working on right now that is it'll come out in about a week, probably a week and a half. And it's going to be freaking insane for Awesome MTB. It's about bikes, and it's really awesome. I can't say the exact thing yet just because I don't want anyone to kind of take this idea. But basically, we have really cool things coming from Awesome MTB. We're getting our logo redesigned so that we actually include Hannah in it. And let me take a look too. I think on YouTube, let me check. So our logo, basically, we're getting it redesigned to include Hannah on it. And we just have a lot of really cool things kind of happening on the road again. We're on another road trip. Oh, wow, there's a lot of questions coming in. I'll do my best to answer all of those questions, but let me show you something and see if we're going to celebrate together. My channel, you quit bikes and getting, Mr. Law says you quit bikes and getting library cards. No, we're actually becoming professional hikers. So you guys, thank you guys so much. I mean, we've been growing a ton, which has been really awesome. We have this new banner. So we did a little bit of changes to the banner, and I think it looks a little bit cleaner with the new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday down there like that. 0 bytes. Don't give it away, 0 bytes. If you email me, I'll tell you what it is. But they're now becoming crossing guards. We're thinking about becoming crossing guards. Anything to pay the bills. But yeah, so like I said, thank you guys so much for the support. The channel's been doing really awesome. We have a really big news for you guys next week. You have to wait a week to kind of find out what it actually is. Some solid stuff in the works. We're on the road again. We're on another road trip. We couldn't take the rain anymore. And yeah, we're really kind of pumped for everything. We're kind of pumping up. We got Mr. Lost. Thanks a lot, Mr. Lost. We didn't make it ourselves. Thank you. All right, let me just get through the comments one more time before we sign on off because Hannah smells really bad. I actually smell the worst, but so Javier, thought on the Trek Fuel EX. So I think Treks are really amazing. I don't feel like they're the best in terms of how that suspension design feels, but I do feel from kind of taking care of their customer perspective, like any bike shop that sells Trek, I feel like the customer service is pretty awesome, pretty spot on by them. And then they're also just a big company, but at the same time, they still take care of their customers, whereas some companies, when they get to that corporate level, end up forgetting about the customers. So I don't know. I think Trek is a pretty solid stand-up company. MTB Crankit says he can smell us all the way in Boise, Idaho. That's probably a solid fact, dude. We smell pretty bad. We haven't showered in a couple of days. Someone, Brooke Ferguson, is saying, have I heard anything about Crank Brothers synthesis wheel sets? I haven't heard anything about Crank Brothers wheels. I have lost all of my faith in Crank Brothers a couple of years ago. I think that company is amazing at making packaging, is amazing at making like artistic looking products. However, from execution standpoint, man, they really fucking blow. Someone comment something?
No, I was laughing.
Yeah, it's just Crank Brothers, like how a company freaking like spends so much time packaging their product and spends literally time thinking about long-term execution. So, who else do we got in here? Jack is saying, you guys great, go get clean. Thanks a lot, Jack. We hope you enjoyed the live stream, dude. Slash Robert, they are now becoming crossing guards. Rudy, what do you think about the 2019 Kona Process CR/DL? I think the Kona Process 2019 line looks really solid. They have a couple of solid bang for buck builds on there. And I don't know, I'm a huge fan of Kona. I feel like any company that comes out of the Pacific Northwest knows what they're doing, especially because the Pacific Northwest, BC region. So yeah, huge props to Kona and what they're kind of doing up there. Awesome, Mo, Nightman. All right, Ron, we'll see you later, dude. Hope you have a good night. Hope Damon has a good night, too. Robert says she smells bad because he's still butthurt. I'm still butthurt. Patrick, merch. Merch isn't the news, Patrick, but we are working on a couple of new kind of T-shirts and sweatshirts, but that's not big news. This is something that has been a huge dream of mine, and I'm finally, like, I found someone to go in on it with me. We're basically, I got a partner for this. Hannah's still going to be a part of it, but we have another person we're going to introduce into Awesome MTB's kind of lineup for this side project that we're going to be doing. And we're going to come out. You guys know me. Whenever I come into something, I go freaking full freaking tilt boogie. So Bergie is saying he can email me soap. We really need soap because, like I said, we're on a road trip. We smell really bad. We will be going to Planet Fitness. That's our gym. But yeah, so we definitely smell. Brooke, thanks, bro. No worries, Brooke. Thomas, I'm gonna buy a YT. I'm 6 foot, shorts, legs. What's that? Thomas, I would say go with a large. At that 6 foot range, you can kind of go with either a large or extra large. I personally would go with an extra large, but I'm 6'2", so I would say a large for you. 0 bites, getting great reviews as D-Rod, the YT aluminum base, same as 2018. So apparently people are saying the aluminum base D-Rod isn't really the same as the new one, but I really like that build, so huge props. Bryce, smash that like button. Bryce, thank you so much. If you guys want it, that like button. If not, all good. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. If you guys like this style, well, I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to kind of show you guys like news articles and bike reviews and talk about bikes, but also kind of go into the comment section. Let me know. I think this is where live streams might kind of do really well, just kind of talking to you guys, because that side product, that's a lot of bikes. I can't say anything. I'm not going to say any more, but there's going to be a lot of bikes in the side project, and I'm so freaking excited to bring it to you guys next week. Just saying buy a pole and build up. We might just buy a pole, dude. J3P Adventure saying don't drop the soap. So I will say this before we sign off. Planet Fitnesses, even though they're more affordable in terms of a monthly membership, I personally, not all Planet Fitnesses are designed equally. And there's been a couple times where I'm into the showers at Planet Fitness and I've left the showers thinking to myself, man, that's probably how showering at jail feels like. Literally, there was one time where someone was showering like right next to me. And there was like a stall between us, but it wasn't tall enough. It was just, I'm just going to stop it right there. IXO, have you ever been riding the Caribbeans? We have not. IXTO, we have not been to the Caribbeans. We actually haven't even been to Hawaii yet. So we definitely do some international traveling. I don't think Hawaii is international, though. To me, international is if you can't get your van there, it's international. D-Rod, thanks. 0 bites. Mo, love hanging out. We love hanging out with you guys. Wrapping this up, why didn't you try riding the Girl Gravity Alex hat? Because it was a size medium. too funny. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys had a great time. Thanks again for every single person who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to our Patreons, patreon.com/awesomemb. We're not sponsored by anyone. Our Patreons are freaking crushed right now in terms of kind of supporting us, stoking us out. At the same time, anyone who basically comments, likes, we're just kind of stoked that we're building this community. And like I said, freaking huge things in your guys' way. I can't really say what our next big project is, but look for some humongous things coming soon. Thank you guys so much for everyone. Good night, Mike. Good night, Ron. Good night, Damon, Bergie, IXTO. I will send me an email and I'll definitely get from the Caribbeans. Any final words? Hannah's tired.
Sorry for all my yawns.
Hannah's really Robert.
Nap.
Yeah, thank you so much, Robert. Thank you everyone for the support. And until next time, you guys know what to do. Right, awesome. All right, now we got to make sure that we turn this off and don't get naked. How do I turn this off? That's my biggest fear.
I think you're closest to the
Woot, live. All right, hey Ron, good night to your daughter as well, dude. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this off. Right, night hard. Hannah yawns. Hannah does yawn a lot. You guys, how do I turn this off? This is awkward.